Waits, especially not Derek. He's only this big.
Hey, what's up, folks? It's Walt with One Fall WrestleCast. Hey, we got a good show today. Tom's kind of grouchy, so that should be real fun. Derek is running a little bit late, but Tom and I are just gonna go ahead. We're gonna hit the ground running here. Lots of things to talk about, man. Lots of good stuff. So grab a drink, pull up a chair, sit back. Let's hang out. Let's talk some wrestling.
Welcome to the One Fall WrestleCast.
Gentlemen, what's up?
Ah?
Hi, Tom.
Hi, guys.
Tom's
Derek,
got
you appeared.
Yeah, I'm here. I made it.
good shit.
I'm
We
proud
went
of you.
live. We didn't figure you would mind.
No,
No.
I knew as soon as we went live, you'd be there.
That's how
I
it
had
works.
faith. In fact, I offered you a job before you even showed up.
Yeah. Tom's having a banger of a day, bud. So he's. I hope you're ready to go, pal. I really do.
Got them extra
Oh.
chocolates, extra salty chocolate balls.
So I lost my phone today. I have no idea where it's at.
My mother-in-law lost her phone. She left it on top of her car, and then it fell off. And she's on her phone plan, and somebody ran it over. So I also bought my mother-in-law a phone today. No, it's fine. She was due for an upgrade. Totally fine. But I bought my mother-in-law a phone today too, which is fine. That's not. I'm 0% salty about that. She's gonna take really, really good Christmas pictures this year because the new iPhones. I don't know that you know this. They have dummy-proof cameras. Like you can be moving, and like that's how she takes pictures. Like this. She like goes up and down, like it's a up, boom, but it'll still get it. So I'm really excited for that. Actually,
Nice.
Well, that's good.
Very good.
Derek knows all about that.
Well, I'm just hoping she doesn't hand me like a roll of like, here's Christmas, and it's just a bunch of blurriness, like because that's been the way for the last like 5 years. So I'm hoping that the iPhone cameras have improved enough to compensate for that. It's like remember in high school when they used to like give us the click and like you'd get all those and realize that it was all trash and you spent $10 to get an envelope full of garbage pictures.
Yes, I remember those days.
It's like that except it's digital, but anyway, so I'm hoping fingers crossed.
So Derek, how about you, bud? How you living? How are you liking the new Apple life there?
It's a lot smoother than I expected. Honestly, it's been a nice transition. I'm very happy. Very, very happy.
I mean, it's not ribbed for your pleasure.
No, actually, I get. Here's the wild thing: is I get pictures now in text, which I haven't had for years. At least in a normal time frame, it would be days, hours, minutes later. I'd be far behind in conversations, but now I'm normal.
Yeah,
I'm a normal person. I actually texted with Walt rather than Messenger, and
yes.
that was different. We haven't texted in a long time just because my phone sucked dick. Lack of a better vocabulary word on that one.
Hey, so I've got a really, really important question for you, Derek.
Yeah.
Did Mauro Ranallo put over 2018 War Games?
Okay, yes. I've come to the realization
he didn't watch
that
it.
I did watch it.
Oh,
I absolutely watched it.
Okay.
So
all right.
I made sure he watched it. I stayed on
good.
it.
Yes.
Okay, good.
And from a combination of watching that with the assistance of Walt, actually finding it and setting it into the watch for later category so that I could not watch it. And I would have zero excuses, plus an assistance from Reddit and the obvious internet wrestling community's feelings towards him. I must say that I was wrong, and that I'm going to take an L on this one. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. My opinion was incorrect.
Well, Mamma Mia.
He is well loved among the community, and he did a fantastic job on that match, at least the one that I watched. I also did some YouTubing for, just different random Mario Ronaldo things, and yeah, it's better than I remember.
He has been reborn.
All right. Well, we can start off without me being mad at you, so that's good.
Well, good.
Let's start on that foot because that's a good place to be today.
Man, I'm glad he did his homework, because if he wouldn't have done his homework and you'd have walked into pissy Tom, bro, you did. I didn't even want to be here. I might just.
No, did it all. I was cutting it so close today, fellas. That's why I was a little bit late. I
did not watch
Rampage, Dynamite, SmackDown.
I did not watch
everything.
SmackDown. I'm feeling I know what happened, but like I did not watch SmackDown in its entirety.
I would say that you missed out, pal.
I understand that I did, and I'm not. It just my day today is more of a it's like a series of like leading days that happened today, because it's like it's not been a thing where it's like, oh, it was just today that my day, like I worked a solid 12 and a half hours today, maybe a little longer, and still like I know there's emails in that email right now that I'm gonna like curse. I'm gonna curse whomever's grandmother when I get up in the morning. But that's for tomorrow.
It's Christmas time.
Yeah,
don't do that. Santa's watching.
Shouldn't be cursing anybody.
We're all in misery.
It's Christmas and we're all in misery.
I'm going to talk about some misery.
Also, exciting news.
What's that?
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. It was new merch week this week as well for me. I got my
some merch.
pro wrestling tee shipment, but it's in the washer. I didn't get it dried in time. I'm not one to wear shirts without washing.
You wash them before you wear them?
Oh, hell yeah.
Little weirdo over here.
Why do you do that?
They've got a smell, man. They smell like a plastic bag when you get them.
New.
And I know
they smell like new.
It's not a good smell. Like a new book, that's a good smell. New shirt, not good.
You realize that new book is like rotting. It's like rotting live.
The rotting tree smells wonderful. But the hand-picked cotton, not into that. Oh my God. But yeah, I will premiere that next week after Britt Baker wins her match against Riho.
Oh my God. Can we start there? Just real quick.
No,
real quick, because I did watch that.
You did? I actually made sure that my fast forward button worked.
Somebody explained to me why Riho's back and why it makes sense that she beat Jamie Hayter.
It makes zero sense that she beat Jamie Hayter.
Anybody explain that?
It was so bad. The size discrepancy was so bad.
Is it because she's resilient? Is that really all there is to it?
That's the story that they're telling. Maybe you know what? Maybe they just got to get their bang for their buck out of the contract, and they're just giving her one last go around before they put her up on the shelf.
I thought she was on the shelf.
She needs to be on the shelf.
Oh my God!
I know her action figure's still on the shelf at Walmart. That's the only one you can get because no one wants that trash.
Because it's not good, man. Come on,
it's not.
Hey, but real serious question.
She's the face of
Britt Baker.
AEW's. She's the face of AEW. Is bad at women. She's the face of it.
Yeah, remember when the women's division sucked? Yeah, that was her.
Yeah, it was her and Sheeta.
Mm-hmm.
Although, Sheeta's going to come out on top on her in
Serena Deeb match. Yeah,
in her feud with Serena Deeb.
Okay. Listen,
but I liked how it got there.
Well, would you like to have a word?
Because they brought out the thing where it's like, oh, it's gonna be her victory, and here's her plaque and all this stuff for the first wrestler to reach this milestone, and then she gets beaten 3 minutes flat. It tickled that break window funny bone on the inside, but no, they're gonna pay it off like she's Cody Rhodes. But anyway. That's neither here nor there.
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. So something interesting happened this weekend, guys.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it did. And I watched a good bit of this because I didn't pay for it, but I watched a good bit of this. And
so final battle happened. I did not watch, but I did read a lot about it. I saw a lot of what happened. A lot of interesting things happened here. I mean, it very
was
much,
almost an all-in, like kind of like indie show type of
yeah,
dealy.
it almost felt like a farewell show, right? Like the way that you were getting all the talent that was sending things in and then talking about their time in Ring of Honor and having like the Instagram posts and stuff like that. Very, very much felt like a farewell show. If it was a farewell show, my lord, did they go out with a bang?
Sure did.
And if this was a farewell show, it's unfortunate that they couldn't have presented this type of product to us, all this time. You know what I mean?
Right? How much more would we have been watching this?
Like, so Braun Strowman, newly minted Titan, and the Free the Narrative collection, debuted at Ring of Honor. Braun looked like a monster.
Holy crap! Did he ever, Mr. Adam Sure, dude looked. He looked somehow he grew bigger. I don't really know how that's possible, but somehow.
Well, you know what it is that he leaned down, right? So like now he's just. Bleh.
He's huge. Good God. I mean, that he looked great. He laid some hard shots in.
Hey, can I just point out that
can we point out that EC3 looks like $50 million right now?
Yeah.
Like the dude's muscles have muscles and veins, and his veins have veins. Like the dude looks insane.
He looks like he did when he signed with NXT.
Maybe even better than that.
Then they put him in the 24/7 championship mob, and he gave two shits after that.
Well, I mean, he still looked great like that, but he wasn't like all veiny and like.
Have you guys ever seen the meme of EC3? How you know that you just don't care anymore, and it's like his debut, and he's like into the E.
Yeah,
and then it's like down the road, and he's like.
I wish you had that lined up to play that. That would be fantastic.
It just came up.
Sure.
But you know what I did find really interesting? Braun Strowman changed his finishing move.
He did.
He's now doing his girlfriend's thing.
He is doing his girlfriend's thing. Go ahead and explain that, Walt. What's his? Because it's obviously not a running power slam, which was always kind of a dumb finishing move anyway.
So he's doing Raquel Gonzalez's little Chigingo bomb, whatever, right? Which is like
it's a one-arm
slam. It's a choke slam power bomb.
Power bomb thing, yeah.
It's dope. It's a dope big guy move.
When he did it, I went, oh
yeah. Looked violent.
Because he didn't have him. He had him here. It was very much he had him by the chest with one arm. Because she's very like neck and extra arm. He was like hand, chest back, lift. I was like, owie. Like one owie, two. It was like that's like a final boss kind of move. Like when a boss in a video game grabs you like that and just like the only thing that was missing was like fire like exploding out of the ground when you hit the ground. But man, he looks mean. And wherever that collective of gentlemen ends up. Is going to be the better for it because there's not enough good big men in wrestling and both those guys are big dudes.
Yeah, and then they got that one cat from the Forgotten Sons. What was it, Wesley Blake?
Wesley Blake.
I mean, he's another big boy, right?
And he's the better work. He's the better worker too. He was the good hand, not the hot tag. So yeah, no, that's a solid trio. I hope they go together wherever, maybe TNA. Or Impact, rather. But wherever they end up, look, it's going to be. I mean, they may end up in Hog Wrestling's putting on some stuff too, man. And same thing with Major League Wrestling, MLW.
Yeah, MLW.
There's some heating up, like all of a sudden it's like, well, it was Ring of Honor, and then you had Impact, and it's like now it's like Hog and
it's kind of all over the place.
MLW are like knocking on Impact's door and like. I mean, maybe kicking it in at some point.
I really like the authority storyline that MLW's got going on, right?
Yeah.
Like, I like that whole behind the scenes thing. And that's that's what draws me to watch MLW, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a very well put together show from front to back.
Well,
but
it's
you're
taped.
absolutely
It's
right.
taped. They edit it. They
Yep.
they write it. They make it a very nice, tight, complete package. It's not live, but it's a very like you can tell that it's well. It's all woven together in a very which is what wrestling was when we were kids, right? It was all they put a tight little package of pre-taped stuff together, and it would be bam bam. It would be like match segment, match segment, match segment, and it was like one after the other. And this is before
Right.
an hour show had 28 minutes of commercial break. So no, I'm excited for the future of wrestling, and it seems like it's very bright. And there's lots of places to go, lots of places to be, lots of things to see, and lots of stars to be had, to be made. What a good time to be a wrestling fan.
You want to know what else? It's not a real good time to be Jeff Hardy.
Well,
Or is it?
Well,
or is it?
Two sides to that coin, two sides to that sword there, buddy boy.
So listen, pal. All right, I'm not going to heavily debate this.
No.
However, you are absolutely correct. There's two sides to every story, and I feel like we're trying to get a little bit of both of them here. So obviously, we touched on this last week, and Derek kind of was hoping that it was going to be a work, right? Where we were possibly going to get Willow, and it doesn't appear
that would have been
that's
nice.
it doesn't appear that that's the case now, because the release came a couple of days after we did our thing, right?
Well, because he got sent home the day we recorded.
Yeah,
then,
that's 2 times now that I have to eat crow this week. That's nice.
Well, it's not your fault. It's not
very
like,
tasty.
I mean, you hoped for the best.
I mean, we
I
agree
was
with
going
you
for
on
the
that one,
best
bud.
case scenario there.
Yeah. Look, nobody wants to. We all know Jeff Hardy's past, and not a single one of us want to see Jeff Hardy relapse into something that's not healthy for him. Because let's face it, the guy's a legend. He's one of those guys that, like, one, nobody's ever had a bad word to say about Jeff Hardy, right? Like, you've listened to a zillion shoot interviews in your wrestling fandom, right? People have had crappy things to say about literally everybody, except like maybe a handful of people. Jeff Hardy's one of those people. And if you've had the chance, I've never met him personally, but I've high-fived him as he walked out of a place one time. He's one of those guys that, like, he was there for the fans, he fed off the fans. I mean, he's only.
I feel like if he saw you in an airport, he'd be like, May 2nd, 2008, Pittsburgh. I high-fived you.
Exactly.
Yep.
He's that kind of guy where he would stand there. If you Jeff Hardy, I'm such a big fan, and literally a million people have done this to him. He would say, "Thanks a lot, man." He'd smile at you, he'd give you a hug, he'd be like, "You want to take a picture?" And like he'd let you take a selfie with him, and then he'd be like, "All right, man, I gotta go." He'd fist bump you and he'd go, and like. Everybody only has good things to say. So I can only hope the absolute best for Jeff Hardy. What I really, really hope
100%.
happened, what I really, really hope happened is that Jeff, he's been getting a push. So he's been on a lot lately. This is my hope and pray. He was
on
getting a
TV.
push. He was on TV a lot. And my hope was that, getting a push, you're taking on extra bumps and bruises that you aren't always taking. And, my thought is that maybe at some point he was, maybe taking just some kind of painkillers were his problem, right? But he was probably
one of them, yeah.
He probably fell back in a little bit with painkillers. My thought is that he probably got dizzy. He made a big tag. There's a video online. He made a big leaping tag. It worked great. He hit the tag, but then he rolls out of the ring. You could tell he's not okay. And he like meanders off into the crowd, not into the crowd per se, but into that like break in the crowd.
Oh no, he flat jumped the rail.
Right, but there's like a break where he jumped the rail. There's like a break that kind of goes backstage, or it kind of goes into the like out. He doesn't want to like whether he feels sick or whatever the problem is. He's just trying to get out as quickly as he can. I'm not saying that was the right thing to do. It probably was not, but. I think he maybe made a bad decision at the time. It was maybe dizzy or something happened. And I'm not saying that he wasn't on something, some kind of prescription, something possibly. And, made the wrong decision. WWE to their credit had to say, Jeff, we need to send you to rehab. Jeff goes, I'm fine. I don't need to go to rehab. I'm not going to rehab. I don't have a problem right now. I had a bad minute. I had a bad night. And that's it. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm not going to rehab. And, then he went home. They sent him home. And then, that was it. That was the end of it. And
so you're very much of the camp that you've heard WWE offered Jeff Hardy help in rehab and was not accepted.
I think that's 100%. I think Sean Ross Sapp's very, very much correct. I've also heard what Matt Hardy had to say. I've also heard what Jeff Hardy's wife had to say. Jeff's fine. Matt says Jeff's fine. Jeff's wife says Jeff's fine. I'm more inclined to believe Matt Hardy and Jeff's wife than I am to believe WWE.
There she is right there. Jeff is good. We are good. Post that you heard that. Thanks.
I heard it. He's good.
So
look.
So
if
he's good, he was good, if he's good, then what do we think about the narrative that people start saying he did this on purpose to get fired?
No, I don't necessarily think that's the truth either. I do think that there was an incident. I think he had a bad night. Truth be told, I think he had a bad night. I think maybe he got dizzy. He just wanted to get the hell out of Dodge. And that was the corner. He went for the corner he was in. He wasn't going to the ramp. The ramp, if you're dizzy, a ramp looks really far away. And there's the corner. There's the door. I'm in a hallway.
Or maybe he's just trying to get the fuck out of Dodge and he's trying to avoid gorilla position.
Maybe that too. But look, Vince isn't in gorilla. Nobody's in
Vince. I mean, there's some sort of road agent there in gorilla.
Sure, maybe.
I mean, there's got to be something, right? You're trying to avoid the authority figures on your way out the back door.
Yeah, maybe. And look, I don't disagree with that.
So
but look, he knows he's got to be. Look, if you know that you've been on thin ice about this, and now, oh crap, I had to take this because my shoulder or my hip or whatever, because you're a 40-some-year-old man who's been falling onto hard things for a very long time. He took a muscle relaxer or something to just get the edge off so that he could have the match for the people, and it made him dizzy or something like that.
That kind of leads me into what I was going to say is that, he has done a lot of that stuff over the years. And
yeah.
And maybe for his health and the best thing for him and his family is it's time to not do those things any longer. I'm not saying hang it up completely, but you don't maybe need to do a full road schedule 365 days a year. Especially and being away from your family is not helping, obviously. This is obviously nothing we've ever done, but it's not an easy life. That's been told many, many times over. And there's
not a WWE road schedule, and a WWE road schedule while you're getting a push. I mean, that was the main event of the night. It wasn't like the opening match. I mean, he's in the main event of the night.
They were getting ready to put a program with Roman Reigns together. I
mean, they probably would have. They would have let Roman go through him, but I mean,
he'd have been there for the people, though. He'd have been a good face for it.
He'd been great. But like I said, I wish Jeff the best. I hope this was a very minor incident. I mean, everybody has setbacks in their own lives. I can't say that I wake up the best person I've ever been every day and moving forward. So I hope that I hope this isn't anything serious for Jeff. It doesn't. Hopefully, it seems like it's trending not that way, right? Am I wrong in saying that?
Yeah, no, I'm 100% with you on that.
It's trending to be like Jeff had a bad night. It's not like Jeff's back on a downward spiral. It's like Jeff had a bad night, right? Yeah. Something happened. Something went out of whack, and he was trying to avoid authorities because he's hyper aware of this shit. I'm sure. Yeah. Like you haven't done this for so long. You've been fired multiple times for wandering in drunk, or whatever, incapable. Something happens. Ah, crap. I took this thing to get this shoulder pain under control so I could be out here, and now I'm dizzy.
Yeah.
I can't go that way. Like, right. I got to go this way. I hope that's all. I hope that's all it was, I hope he takes, he's got, if they let him go, there's a 90-day non-compete clause. He's got 90 days. He can just hang out at home. I'm sure at this point he's not hurting for money. So, I hope he spends 3 beautiful months with his family, gets himself healed and in whatever shape he needs to be in. I hope he comes back in some capacity, even for a short run. Maybe he and Matt retire together as the Hardy Boys. I'd love to see that.
It's gonna have to happen over in AEW, pal.
Well, it's fine. I'd love to see it. You know, if they have even if it's just a short little bookend on what was a legendary career. You know, I'm here for it.
Big ups to Jeff Hardy, man. Hopefully everything's good to go. Hey, you know something that we forgot to mention, right? Was at Final Battle, we very much got a face-off between the Briscoes and FTR.
Yes, we did.
And I'm here for it, man.
Who buddy? Am I ever? Look, I do think that they're going to be at
They're going to definitely be in AEW by February.
They've got to be AEW bound. I mean, that's too huge of a tag team to not pick up.
Unless they do something super stupid. And like they've done stupid stuff before. But you know, who hasn't? And you know, I feel like if the Briscoes continue to shut up and you know, I feel like most people would just forget and forgive and be like, oh, hey, the Briscoes are here, and they continue to do good things.
Well, I think that's probably a lot of what this is, right? Because after the announcement of ROH going under, they tweeted a bunch of homophobic stuff, a bunch of homophobic. Yeah, we talked about it when it happened.
Well, I thought it was like a long time ago. I thought it was.
No, it was right there after the whole Ring of Honor thing.
They're
so
then.
we're on the blowover right now, pal. That's where we're at. That's what the stall is.
We're done.
They said something stupid.
It's done. It's over. No, they'll
be in AEW.
100% be in AEW.
I'm gonna say the other. If it was as recently as this year, they ain't gonna be. There's no chance.
That's what I'm saying.
Samuel Guevara said some, you know,
when he was 17
stuff, but
when he was 17 in like 2015.
Hey, bro, all I'm saying is John Gruden got fired from the NFL for something very similar. So, just you know,
it's a little different. And they sent Sammy Guevara to training or something.
Sensitivity
classes. But no, and John Gresham. Got a shout out to John Gresham. Dude's only like 5'4", but the man is built like a tank. And he's married to Jordan Grace. And the dude, he walked out of potentially the last ever Ring of Honor World Champion. So shout out to him for being. He's carried Ring of Honor on his back for like the last year and a half or so. Anyway. Man's been having fantastic matches, so good for him. I know he's kind of a short guy, but man, he's built like a tank. He's about 5'4" tall and about 5'4" wide, and dude is 5'4" wide of steel and muscle. Like my man is he ain't a tall guy, but he's a thick boy, and
thick
good for
boy.
Him. Good for him. So shout out to John Gresham for being like. Just a beast of a human. So I hope to see him do good things because the man, I've only maybe seen like 8 or 9 of his matches, but all of them were like, man, this guy's really something. He ain't that tall, but he's really something. So shout out to him. But anyway, let's move on.
Shout out to the internet community, right? They're
right.
Giving us all these things that we get to talk about and look forward to. Derek, hey.
Sir.
Bro, what you think about Hook, pal?
I was impressed. You know, he could do a little something with his hair. It was a little messy.
No, that was perfect. I thought that was I was into that.
No, man. Overall, though, like the guy was impressive, and it was actually seemed legitimate fighting. Now he can work on his punches too. I was gonna say that because I forget what they were trying to sell them as, but you know, cross jabs or something like that, I think is what the actual call of it was. But those were slightly trash. But it's obvious that he has legitimate martial arts training of some form, and he knew what he was doing in the ring. This is not just Daddy's little boy came in there on, you know, on his name and just got to get a shot. No, he
look
legitimately does well.
Taz was excited for him as part of his stable, but they've never pushed him as, oh, this is Taz's kid. Like, you have to Google that. Who the fuck is Hook?
Right.
But once you figure it out, you're like, oh, okay, he doesn't look like his dad. But then you saw him wrestle, and holy crap, those suplexes bro, those were Taz level suplexes.
Oh man, he looks sharp.
Those are better than Kenny Omega. Those are way better than Kenny Omega's suplexes. I'll tell you that. That's
And
why
I dig the attitude, big time.
I love it.
Just rolled out of the ring once it was over and didn't give a shit. Just walked back.
Loved it.
No,
you could tell
celebrating
also,
or nothing. Just
how was he not like inside going, "Oh my god, I killed it! Oh my god, oh my god!" Like how is he not exploding right on the inside? And you saw none of that. You saw
man,
him.
that was good. It was great.
Like,
Listen, I enjoyed it, man. He looked solid. Derek did call it. His punches looked a little shaky.
It was just the punches, though. Like if you're gonna criticize anything, it's just the punches because his selling was good too.
He definitely, and like his timing was on point, and that's like something that as a wrestling fan I look for is the timing of things, right? Like because just as well as I do when there's a miss, it just looks disconnected.
A weird stutter step will ruin a match.
Yeah, and there wasn't any of that. I mean, we had a lot of that in Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan, but we won't get into that shit. But like, I thought he looked good, man. And I mean, I don't know if you saw the quote here. Mark Henry was quoted as saying, from that first opening impression, I think he's gonna stick, man. I think that he's a guy that can evolve, and that's the thing in pro wrestling. If you don't evolve, if you don't change with the times, you're not going to be around very long. I can see him in the next 3 years as AEW grows, being one of AEW's future stars. Like, I mean, legit bona fide star. Mark Henry said that on Busted Open, and I mean, that's pretty high praise.
So I think it's important to point out that Hook is 22 years old. He's a literal child. He's 6 feet tall. He's 6'1". So he's way taller than his dad. His dad's what, 5'7", 5'6"?
He's like 5'11", something like that.
Yeah, like so he's taller than his dad by a good bit. Dude is shredded right now. He's a multi-sport athlete. He's jiu-jitsu, wrestling, lacrosse, I think Taz said.
It was a Division I lacrosse player.
Division I lacrosse player. I mean, the dude, so he's lean, mean fighting machine right now, like high school collegiate style athlete, and that's what he looks like right now. However, now he's working out with the boys, and now he's eating with the boys, and now he's in. So man's gonna build some girth, right? We've seen his dad. His dad was a thick boy. You telling me he's not gonna end up a little thicker than he is right? He's a skinny kid right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But he's shredded.
Sure. Yep.
So, but you telling me he's not gonna end up a little thicker? So you talking to me about a 6'1" guy gets a little thicker. By the time he's, what's MJF, 25? By the time he's 25, I would look to him to be at the level of MJF and probably a much better wrestler, but like look at him to be a big guy. Like he's taller than MJF.
Yeah.
Be like a bigger guy than he is right now. And just really start to become something at like 24, 25 years old. Like 2 years from now, this guy's going to be like, he's going to be a little bigger. He's going to be a little stronger. He's going to have his gimmick a little more down. I mean, if he can talk half as well as his father can talk,
he doesn't need to talk because he's with his dad.
But still, I'm just saying, at some point, if he can talk half as well as his father can, like, can you imagine the potential?
Oh no, you're right. I didn't even look at it that way.
Yeah, like if he could talk as a legitimate one-on-one star, half as well as his father can talk. He'll be the fifth pillar of AEW, and he'll for a first match out there. How many people do you watch have a first match out there and just flop like a dead fish, especially in AEW?
Yeah,
and I mean we're talking like legit guy like Andrade. Andrade's debut was. If you give let's give Hook a 10.
Same with Miro.
Same with Miro, but let's give Hook a 10. Andrade's was a 1 comparatively, right?
No, yeah. I don't know that I'd be that harsh, but like, yeah,
comparatively, like did Andrade walk out there like
opposite, ends of the spectrum on that one because Hook's match was short, it was compact, it was well timed,
3.5 minutes.
With
a guy who is a legitimate solid worker. Fuego del Sol is a sharp guy, sharp kid. Not going to be a big star ever. He's a little guy. He's not. He is what he is.
He's just a little guy.
He is what he is. But he's going to be. As far as like, okay, we got to put somebody out there.
So nice to Derek right there.
He just glossed over it.
As far as putting somebody out there, all right. Fuego's a solid hand. great choice. I think we said this with Malachi Black. As far as debuts are concerned, perfection. At what point, though, do they put Hook in a feud with Cody, and Cody buries him in match number 3?
It's got to happen because he did. I mean, no, listen, but here's the thing, right?
Oh man, I was
Hook originally trained under Cody.
I was making a joke.
It was a storyline and everything, man.
I was making a joke, and now
yeah,
you're
no,
right.
no,
It's gonna happen.
But
get that golden shovel out, boys.
Here's another question I have for you.
That golden shovel. Well, MJF survived it, so.
Derek, how about this? Do you think because of the success of Hook's debut, that's why the swerve was made to take Dante Martin out off of Team Taz?
I was really surprised about that, and I'm not really sure if that was what the whole point of that even was. They kind of tried to sell it at the end of the last episode as like, oh, well, Dante's going into Winter is coming with all kinds of momentum now because
they pulled Dante. Hold on, because you're flipping the. They pulled Dante off on Wednesday. Hook didn't debut till Friday.
Right, but they taped Rampage before Dynamite.
Oh, they'd have known going into.
They don't tape it. No, they don't. They tape Rampage on Friday. No, they tape Dark before Dynamite. No, buddy, we were at Dynamite.
Listen, pal. Listen, Dark is now filmed in a sound studio.
So they don't do this anymore?
And they film Rampage before Dynamite.
Oh, so they changed it since we've been there?
Yes.
Oh, well, shit. I just assumed. Never mind. All right. No, maybe you're right then. I don't know.
But I don't know. They're trying to sell it like he's got momentum now because he left. Yeah, I honestly don't see how you gain momentum from that. I mean, he did eliminate. I can't remember his name right now. Who he eliminated, but good for him. Whatever.
It was Ricky Starks, pal.
Yeah, and I love Dante Martin. Obviously, we've been through this, but
we saw his debut. We were there live. We saw it. We were like, "Whoa, who is this guy?
Yep.
Who is this guy?"
I don't know if they're connected. I wouldn't go that far. I think that's a stretch.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. You know what else I don't know? I really don't know.
Where your phone is?
Where I don't know where that's at either. But I don't know where these two gentlemen are going to wind up.
Where do our friends go?
I do. I've talked to them.
Well, so I have a thought, because here's the thing. Because Johnny's about to be a dad, and Kyle is too. So they're both about to have kids like next month. So they're like, oh, I can get paid for 3 months and not travel or go anywhere or have to wrestle or do anything. I can literally get paid for 3 months to stay home, and I'm about to have this kid. I'm gonna do that. And then I'm clearly a big enough name that I can do whatever I want.
That's not how this is working. Both of their deals expired. They have no non-competes.
Oh, they don't?
No.
Oh, no, you're right. Okay, so then they can do whatever they want. And they're not getting paid, which kind of sucks.
Well, Johnny Gargano did open a Pro Wrestling Tees shop again.
Well, he's going to get paid with that.
They made a big deal about that. And let's not forget, Kansas is
like
still
I
under
you guys,
WWE.
The Bet on Yourself T-shirt of Johnny Gargano. That's kind of a giveaway right there. That's huge.
Yeah, Candace is still getting paid too, and she's on the legit contract. Look, neither of them were on really bad. Both he and Candace were making at least a few times what we're all making. Maybe not incredibly a lot more, but like $250,000. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be at least $250,000 at this point a year. And so, let's say Johnny's paychecks stop coming, but Candace is still getting them $250,000 checks, and they've both been getting them for the last 6 years. They're fine.
Yeah,
they're fine. And Johnny's going to sign $1 million deal whenever he wants. So
probably with AEW.
Sure, but I mean, he's going to sign $1 million deal.
So very much, I think that as he's come out and he said his goodbyes, and then the whole Grayson Waller thing, man,
that's good. Now go out on your back. I
mean, I get it, dude, but it's why that guy?
Because he's a big dude. He's a future WWE 24/7 champion.
Like,
What are you?
listen, dude, I am
Why
not.
are you
I
crapping
can't
on
do
a future
2.0, man.
the
I'm
future
not.
24/7
can't.
champion, Walt? He's a
I
future
can't.
24/7 champion.
What did they do to my favorite show of the week?
They erased it. It's now it's now the tie-dye paintball brand.
I just what did like I don't have the will to live. Like
The will to live. I didn't have that. I didn't have that today. Hold on, let me look at my work email. Let me see if that kills that.
yeah,
Hold on.
don't do that.
Let me
Don't
salt
do
you
that.
up a little bit. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. All right.
But it's like
It's all right.
I can't watch that shit, man. I'm not into it. I'm not. You know what? All I'm gonna say is it's a goddamn good thing that WWE moved NXT to Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
USA would be so mad right now.
Oh,
The USA
my
should be so
goodness
mad right now.
gracious.
What they've done to NXT, because they got that TV deal, they got paid all that money, and then they came in and they gutted everything. And then like all the guys who were the stars who were drawn those 700,000 people a week. Adam Cole's gone, Kyle O'Reilly's gone, Roderick Strong is now, Bobby Fish is gone. Roderick Strong is like this beaten down version of himself.
It's
Man.
terrible. Just call it what it is. It's terrible.
I mean, I don't mind the women. I think the women's division is still pretty strong, but now it's I mean, Johnny's gone.
That's
I guess
another thing. Did you see? No, you didn't watch SmackDown, Tom.
No, I didn't.
Oh, bro,
Xia debut?
Yeah. Oh man.
I know what happened. It looks stupid because like
It
I
is
thought
stupid.
I thought she was a heel, but like she came out to help the babyface.
And like
And
they
she
made
looks
her
like a cartoon character. Yes.
Yeah, they made her like a
Well,
cartoon character, bro.
Wow.
Like, you know how you were explaining that thing with Titan earlier about how like there'd be like flames and cool shit and stuff. Whenever you actually see that in action, WWE's version of it is not cool. It
It's
looks
not cool.
terrible.
Oh my god, it really, really hurt my feelings. It was the worst segment of the entire show.
No, it seemed when I read what I didn't watch it, but when I read what happened, I was like, that seems like way less cool than what she was doing before.
Listen, you want to talk about who's having a fucking good run and who's doing good things and having a fucking blast, right? Fucking Brock Lesnar, dude. Like,
yes.
Listen, his
I
baby
love that he
face
has a
run
flip
right
phone. I love that he has a flip phone. By the way,
like this has been absolutely incredible. And Derek, you're gonna have to eat crow for a third time because you know every time that we would come in here and talk about Brock Lesnar being without Paul Heyman, you're like, "Huh, he can't talk. I don't know, he can't talk. I've never seen him talk. I don't know he's just not gonna be believable because he just can't talk. I just what's he gonna do? Cut a promo like this, motherfucker." So,
Okay, he talked a little bit.
what the hell was that?
he's been entertaining as fuck, pal.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's been fantastic.
Sure.
Brock has showed up to be like, oh yeah, you forgot, like I literally am the best ever. And then he talks, and you're like, what the? So why was Paul Heyman talking for him? And like you forget that, right? And you're like, what? Why was Paul Heyman talking for him? And then it's just like, I don't understand. Like Brock is just better than everybody else, and he's having a good time. Brock's having a good time.
Like when he had the jukebox.
Yeah, when Brock's having a good time, like for whatever it is, that's like that sucks me right in. When Brock's like just there for the money, it's like fuck this guy. But like when Brock's having a good time, and it's like Brock, you can do whatever you want. And it's like, oh, okay. And
I mean, he's been on TV an awful lot, pal.
Well, I feel like he gets the itch, like you get the itch sometimes. And when you get the itch and you show up and they're like, you do what you want, have a good time with it. And he's like, oh, I'm about to. And he does that. Like, that's the best Brock can be. Like when Brock shows up for money and they're like, Brock, you're doing this. And he's like, fine, whatever. Like that Brock sucks, right? Like that Brock's terrible. But like when it's like, Brock, go ahead, go live your best life. And he's like, I'm about to, bro. I'll see you later.
I'm gonna tell this story about this moose that I gutted.
Bro, how awesome was that?
Like, I'll see you in
like,
10 minutes.
He's like, oh, I can't never work out this damn thing. He's like, but the picture's right here. I want you to see it. I want you to see it, Adam. And he's like, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for the time off. Like that was a good backstage segment.
Oh
like
man, it was so good.
I'm here for it. Brock Lesnar's babyface run, I'm here for it. But listen, what's up with the little advocate tease with Paul Heyman and then Paul getting him all fired up?
He did kill Sami Zayn.
He did kill Sami Zayn.
He did, and it was funny.
It was look,
listen, if he would have wheeled him out of the ring and they would have just went off, the payoff would have been just as good to me, right?
Yeah, I would have liked that too. But like, come on, Sammy, let's go.
I was actually disappointed when he beat the fuck out of Sammy. I was just like, oh.
I did. It was a little predictable, right? Like
Yeah,
it was a
but
little predictable.
Fuck.
And I like how they
maybe
picked
more
the
fun.
most ripped freaking nurse they could. Even Pat McAfee pointed it out. So he has a very muscular male nurse and another health professional, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like obviously they just get John Silver to come over here and
Sure.
push him around.
Got this thick nurse come out.
Who made this decision?
Yeah, right. But it was good, man. It's good. And I'm here for the ride, man. I really, really am here for the ride.
Yeah, it's been fun so far. I actually really enjoyed SmackDown this week, and that takes a lot for me to say. I did not enjoy the segment with Happy Corbin, and I can't think of the other guy's name. He's on
Madcap
NXT 2.0. Yeah, that's
Madcap.
stupid.
Madcap
Like,
Moss.
we're gonna sneak away with the dust. Put
The sword
in the
needs to
dust.
go away.
Yes, it really
Yeah,
does. I'm
it
sorry. I
needs
know
to
that's your
stop.
boy Tom, but no.
Who drew?
He had a great match. Him and Sheamus put on a good one.
Yeah, they
sure
really.
did.
That was meaty.
I just love when big guys hit each other. I actually did watch that one on YouTube right before we got on, but that's literally all. But I saw Brock kill Sammy, and then I watched that. But that's all. I watched 5 minutes of SmackDown of a 2-hour show. I mean, maybe that's all that was worth watching. But
Nah, the show was good top to bottom. You know what's gonna make it even better?
RK Bro.
No.
Oh,
Ding
yes.
dong, hello.
Yes, I'm so glad you brought her up. God, I love Bayley. Oh man, you've seen? I assume her Instagram slash
she's
TikTok
a training,
posts this
boys.
week. Oh, she's coming back. She can put weight on it now. She's
She's a training, boys.
she's so initial thought was 9 months out, which would put her back in March. But like she's apparently like she said, no, I feel great. How's my leg? It's great. How's my head? It's great. How do I feel? It's great. When am I coming back? Fuck you. Whenever I want. And it was like, I was like, yes, Bayley. Yes. Oh my God. Lean into it. And I'm here for it. I love her.
I feel like we come in here every week and we're just like, we talk about how much of a hole Bayley has left in this women's programming, right? Like, Derek, even you admitted that you miss Bayley at one point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Bayley is awesome. Bayley's fantastic character.
Her comeback is going to be must-see TV. Like
it's going to be huge. It's going to be bigger than
like
Becky's.
a 5-year-old.
Oh my God, I'm going to be like I hope they advertise it so that I can be like, oh my God, God.
I want to be surprised. 100%
well, like I want to watch it. I want to like show up early and like have my snacks ready and like maybe I maybe even like I'll get some wings or something to like celebrate it. And, like,
I guarantee we see her number 3 at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I'd say she'll be Rumble or WrestleMania.
I'd pop like a 5-year-old.
I'll have wings, man. If that happens, I'll already have the wings. I won't have to like prepare for it. I'll already be prepared for the Rumble.
Yeah. Because I'm assuming we're going to do our live watch along again. Yeah,
I would love to. I had wings last year and I ate them disgustingly while the Rumble was happening. Oh man, that was a good time. I'm going to do that again.
Yeah,
definitely do. Although wings are expensive, boys. Have you seen? Man, I went to Quaker Steak and
we know a guy though that he could probably get it for us for wholesale.
I'm like, what's a half bucket cost? And they were like $42. And I'm like,
$42.
It used to be like 26.
Dude, a half bucket was $17.99.
Like, ma'am, I did not bring a checkbook. What are you talking about?
I'm talking a half bucket. A full bucket was 26. A half bucket, $42. I went, no. And she went, yeah, I know. And she was like, but you can have the boneless. You can have 20 boneless wings for $10.99. I'm like, let's do that.
It's not the same, man.
It's not, but
I love me some boneless wings, but it's just not the same.
I agree with you, and I'm not here to fight you on that. But for $11 as opposed to $42, I'll just eat the boneless wings.
Yeah.
Like I'm not paying 4 times more. Like they're not 4 times better. They're like maybe 1.5 is good. Maybe 1.8 is good.
I'm with you,
right? Like even if they were twice as good, like that's still not.
Yeah, my wallet doesn't think twice as good.
It doesn't. It's not congruent. Also, theoretically, like what if the like you have to think like the boneless wings, they're just going to give you them chunks, right? But like wings can vary from like being this big, this big, to like that big. So imagine paying $40 for 20 wings that are that big.
And
versus
and then what if you don't get flats? Like I would want a lot of flats for my
I would
money.
burn the place down.
Right. So
Yes.
that's why I just went with the $11.
No drums.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, okay, so quick question, non-wrestling related. Do you allow people to be like, hey, I want all flats at the restaurant? Or all drums? Will you
Bro, I don't
appease them?
have wings for the 974th time.
Why do you not have wings? You used to.
I have boneless wings.
There was wings when I worked there.
There was not.
Yes,
Ever.
there was.
You're
There
wrong.
was always wings. You were so full of shit. I will call Buckram right now.
Anyways,
Restaurant argument.
Bayley. Can't
Yes.
wait
Bring
to
her
have
back.
Bayley back.
Bring her
Cannot
back.
wait.
I'll be here
Gonna
with
be
wings.
awesome.
I'll be here with wings for the Rumble. I'll buy
Well,
wings.
guys.
Oh, I see what's coming up. This is what I'm here for.
Well, guys, I mean, this is the thing that is coming.
The meat, the potatoes.
Winter is coming.
The meat, the potatoes.
Yes.
So we're gonna go ahead and
there's only 4 matches announced.
Yeah, with 4 advertised matches. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start off right here with Wardlow versus Matt Sydal. Derek, man, like I feel like this is your kind of match, right?
And I feel like Matt Sydal's going to put on something good. Like, I mean,
yeah, you mean Evan Bourne? Is Wardlow not like super underutilized? Like, why is this Wardlow? They've been touting him as like, oh man, he's a future AEW champion. He only fights like jabronis, and he gets rolled up a lot.
Yeah, but that's only because he has to take the heat off of MJF, and like he has to take MJF's losses all the time. It's kind of the thing. But honestly, overall, that's got potential all over it.
It does have potential. He's a stud. Like he's a stud. And
he's gonna win this match.
I agree with both of you. He's very underutilized, right? And at the same point in time, his job's to he's a heater for MJF, man. I mean, you can't have both when you're at this point in time. Whenever you're trying to be a heater for a heel, and
I mean,
get that big push.
Diesel. They're using him like he's Diesel, right?
Yeah,
he's Diesel,
100%.
Hopefully it works out. I don't know that I can be excited about this because I was not excited about Diesel at that point in his career. You know what? Truth be told, can't say I was ever very excited about Kevin Nash. So let's yeah, it's hard. It's a hard.
That's a little rough.
I'm just saying. I mean, loved Razor Ramon. Gotta say, Kevin Nash took the oof way to the top. So can't say I was ever the biggest fan. Wouldn't put him on my Mount Rushmore if you're gonna watch future shows. Shocker.
Derek,
he ain't even in the conversation.
You know who's gonna go on my Mount Rushmore after watching Wednesday Night Dynamite? Trent's mom. I was so happy whenever that van came out. I was sitting on the couch and I told my wife, I was like, "Oh my god, honey, look, this is
Trent's mom."
He's like, "Look, honey, it's fucking Sue."
Trent's mom.
So good. It's so good. Tell me how that is not a million times better than a stupid ass sword in a desk getting pushed off by Happy Corbin and a lackey. This is good shit.
I don't know that it was good shit. It was better than that.
It's hilarious.
It's better than that.
It's a good cheap pop.
Man,
I don't. Trent back. It's good.
I can't get into the best friends. They're not.
Why?
Because Chuck Taylor sucks.
He's not the best.
Gentleman.
I'm not going to
Chuck
argue
Taylor,
with you on that. I'm not going to stand up for Chuck Taylor. I will not
Chuck
die on that
Taylor's-
hill.
He sucks. Like he sucks. So
Yeah.
it's really hard to be like, because Trent's been gone for so long. Like he was the meat and potatoes, bread and butter. Like Trent's like the glass of water that you don't touch because they serve you beer with that meal. He sucks. So yeah, I can't get into the best friends. I could get into Trent by himself, but we'll see where that goes. But oof. This was fine. It was funny. It was funny. I chuckled a little bit. What the hell, minivan? What the fuck? Oh, it's Trent's mom. Oh my god. Hey, Sue. Yeah, Sue. Look, that's fine. But now that's over. Right? Like that's been used, and now they're back
Twice
to
now.
being
Twice.
and now they're back to being Sunday Night Heat levels.
No.
They'll be on dark.
Jesus.
They'll be on dark elevation.
Yeah.
Whatever. No, it's good. It was a good pop. Well, welcome back, Trent. I'm glad he feels better. Moving on.
So who you got? Wardlow and Sydal, Tom.
I mean, it's got to be Wardlow, right? And it should be Wardlow in like 3 minutes.
Heard that.
And
Derek.
if it's not,
Agreed.
it's wrong.
It's going to be Wardlow.
All right, so we're unanimous.
It's going to be a good match, though. It's going to be
Wardlow by
exciting.
domination.
It'll probably
I think
honestly be the
Sydal's-
opening match, even.
Sydal's going to get his shit in.
It should be. Yeah, it should be about 3 minutes. Sydal will get about a minute worth of offense in, and Wardlow will catch him at something and just smash the shit out of him, and that'll be it.
Yeah.
The match that's guaranteed to piss me off: Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb.
100%. Take it in the bank.
There's no way in hell that Shida doesn't win this match. Like,
Nah, you're right.
and it's just absolutely ridiculous because you're out here and you're trying to present this as like this personal issue, right? Serena's very angry at Hikaru Shida and talking very much about the 50th win plaque and how she was disrespected. And it's a great story. And Serena Deeb is carrying this show to the finish line. And unfortunately, she's going to have to carry this waste of ring time in Hikaru Shida for another fucking 15, 20 minutes to the finish to put this poor chick over. Like, this is absolute just ridiculous booking, and I don't understand why they continue to just throw Hikaru Shida down our fucking throat. I can't take it anymore. I don't want to take it anymore. I'm over it.
I know
Tom
why
knows.
you do.
I guarantee you he knows.
I know why.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's banging Kenny, bro.
What?
Kenny's clapping them cheeks, so that's why.
Who'd have thought?
Again.
No, you're right, 100%. She's gonna win this after 20 minutes of her weirdly stutter stepping and throwing sloppy hip tosses. And Serena Deeb's gonna look good. She's gonna do her best. But it's really hard. It's really hard to polish a turd. And I feel like she may get some on her in the midst of this match. So no, I'm very non-excited for this.
Yeah, and I feel like it really sucks that we have to just parade all of Kenny's ex-girlfriends through the promotion all the time. Like,
Man,
Hey, that's your boy, pal.
Okay.
I'm not going to take up on him for doing dumb shit like this. Like,
To Kenny's little penis.
in his gymnastics run, we gotta love that part where he does the little jump before he runs. It's perfect.
It's so small.
Moving on, we've got MJF versus Dante Martin for the Dynamite Dozen Diamond Ring.
I wonder who's gonna win that.
I mean, MJF's gonna win, right?
He's got to
gonna
win.
Dante Martin's gonna come off and do some kind of spectacular thing off the top rope, and MJF's gonna hit him with something, maybe the ring.
He's going to hit him with Team Taz. That's what's going to happen.
Boink.
Oh,
Anyway, and
MJF by Team Taz.
yeah, it's gonna happen.
What about the Pinnacle? The Pinnacle's kind of like never been mentioned for a long time.
CM Punk talks about him all the time.
Does he?
Although I do think CM Punk shows that at the end. I don't want to see MJF lose to CM Punk, but I feel like that might happen.
Not gonna happen. Mm-mm.
I hope not. I hope you're right.
If it happens, I will burn Chicago down again.
I hope you're right. I just think, oh man, could you imagine if
what about MJF and his little baby face day on Wednesday? Like,
oh, so good. I love.
It was awesome.
That whole thing was fun. leading up to it. It was
They love
really
him at
fun.
his home.
Like,
Other than his
he's standing-
parents. Have you seen
he's
the shit
sta-
online with his parents?
Yeah.
There's
They
hilarious.
get it. They get it.
Kayfabe is alive and well, boys.
Oh man.
Wrestling's still real to me. But no, that was I loved it. It was great.
He's standing at the top of the entrance ramp, and dude's getting pummeled in the ring, and he's like, "Oh, shit!" And then he did his little run in. Right, it was great.
He did eventually go. I was surprised. I did not think
and
he
then
would.
he beat the crap out of him.
Then he beat the crap out of him.
He
Yeah.
beat on him. He didn't go to save him. He went to like pile
Kept his
it on.
heat, which was awesome.
Ah.
It was. I enjoyed it. MJF definitely stole the show in his hometown on Wednesday night.
MJF makes wrestling real to me, boys.
So MJF wins this one. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, huh, boys?
Nah, it has to be, right? It
Not
has
one
to
bit.
be MJF. Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't win, it's like I'm gonna be shocked and sort of like I'll probably bitch about it next week.
Could you imagine how much that would deflate the CM Punk match with MJF if he did lose?
That's a good point too.
Yeah, that is a good point.
That'd be terrible booking.
That's
Terrible.
a great point.
You're right. You're right. Great point.
And the main event of the evening for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, Adam Hangman Page versus the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Well,
I like how
unfortunately, boys, I think you're going to see the first loss for Daniel Bryan and CM Punk in the very near future.
I'm fine with that.
I would agree with you, but here's my thing, right? So, like, DB's made the story what it is, and the fact that like he should win, right? Like, because my man, I'm not thrilled to see Adam Hangman Page as champion beyond this, because Daniel Bryan has carried this entire fucking storyline. If it wasn't for Daniel Bryan, like, there would be no storyline. Like, he's going out there every week, he's beating the fuck out of the Dark Order,
out of his buddies,
and he's
taking
talking shit. Like, Hangman's not, I'm gonna kick the cowboy shit out of you.
Yeah, you are 100% right. There's no story on Hangman's end, and he's the champ. He should be out here talking mad trash.
Yeah. And I said that going into this. It's like, I am not looking forward to Hangman's title reign, because he doesn't have the chops that make me want to invest in him as a champion. I'm sorry. His in-ring is phenomenal, but keeping my attention with him being the flag bearer of that company, he's not doing a very good job.
So, I'm gonna flip prediction actually on this, and I might lose the because we've agreed otherwise. So this might make me lose. I think they put it on Bryan Danielson. I think they do. I think Hangman gets one defense, and then I think that is the catalyst. Because look, Hangman chasing, I thought was very good. Now that he has it, I'm like, well, I don't care. But his chasing was great. I loved the chase.
Sure.
So I would love it. I would love it. And it doesn't have to be as long of a program this time. I would love it if Bryan Danielson just took it off of him. And they have another like big time pay-per-view coming up in
March.
Yeah.
March.
So like, let's just have Bryan Danielson hold it till March and have Hangman take it back off of him and build it till then. Have Hangman pull himself back up. He beat up my friends. He beat up, just have him have Hangman be the first 2-time. But
as long as like during that build up while DB's got the belt, he learns how to help carry a story.
Sure. Look, I think that's part of the problem. And I agree with you. And I think that needs to be an addressed thing. But I think that if that happens, because like the way AEW works is like wins matter, right? So it would knock him back down the rankings. So now he's got to show up every week and beat somebody. And he needs to beat somebody and be like, Bryan Danielson, that's mine. And I'm coming back. I'm coming to get that. And he's beat somebody. And just like, they need to like build it for three months, but 3 intense build months. Because I feel like that was the problem, is it was a drip feed, right? Before to get him to where he was. It was a drip feed. Now that he's here, it's we've let the drip feed, but the dropper's empty. And now it needs to be, he's tasted it and he's hungry. And I'm hungry. I'm hungry and I'm coming. And that's and I think that's really what needs to happen, and that's kind of the problem. So hopefully Tony Khan, you're listening to this show, and hopefully that's what you're about to do on Wednesday, which I know is only 2 days away. So I maybe mucked up your booking, but still, man.
Yeah, I'm guessing they don't work like WWE and they just rip shit up on Wednesday morning. Like, all right, start
probably
over.
not. Nah, probably not. But I mean, that would be, if I was to book it, I would have him lose it, and I think that
I would too, but I don't think we're gonna get that.
So I'm going to trust the process, and I'm going to say that we might. Okay, look, if I'm supposed to trust it for Adam Cole, who just to not to derail everything, but Adam Cole gave an interview this week as well that said people were complaining about his booking going in. And Adam Cole said, "Look, I've made my way to the top of literally every promotion I've ever been in, whether it's Ring of Honor or NXT or AEW. You don't think I'm going to make my way to the top again? Just, it's going to happen." And so I trust Adam Cole. I've been trusting the booking. Okay. So I'm going to trust the booking and I'm going to let them let me down. And maybe I'll be wrong. It's going to be a great match regardless. Maybe I'll let them let me down. Even if Brian wins by semi-dastardly means, right?
That'd be great.
It would be great. It'd be great. And just a little bit, like let's say he holds onto the ropes like he's Becky Lynch. It's great. Look, let's
trash can.
It's fine if you think that. I think it's been fine.
Fire.
It's been fine.
No, man, I feel like Tom is really onto something here.
Like let's see what happens. I feel like let's see if Hangman gets screwed out of it, and if he does, then
we can all rejoice.
Look, then we can watch more good, because I'd rather watch him chase than I'd rather watch him be the champ, right?
Yeah,
the chase is better than the being. So, and there's champions like that. I just feel like you have to recognize that
he is definitely the hunter, not the hunted.
Yeah.
he can't play that role. Not yet.
No, and I feel like you have to, he needs a few title reigns. And I'm
not saying he can never play that role, but right now he's not that guy.
Look, his second title reign can last a year, and I'm fine with that. But his first title reign, maybe it's quick, and they've never had that before in AEW, and maybe that's the Swerve we all need, and we'd be like, oh my god, because we'd still be shocked, right? As much as I just called it out, if what I said happens, I'd be like, holy crap, I can't believe it.
Yeah, it would absolutely be unpredictable, because everybody and their mother thinks that Hangman's going to win this, and this is going to be his big title defense, right?
Right, because who's lost the AEW title in their first defense?
Nobody. So you got DB winning this, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'm going out on a limb. I'm going to go with that.
Derek.
Can you come back to me? You pick.
I'm going with Hangman, right? Because here's the thing.
Tom seriously has me thinking now.
Listen, I would love for everything that Tom said to actually happen, and I hope that I'm wrong on this one, but I just don't think that I am. They put so much time and effort into the Hangman payoff, and maybe they want to figure out if they can teach him how to be that guy, the guy that
they've had 2 years to teach him to be the guy, though.
Yeah, but he's been in a different role. He's not been in this role. So now he's the leading character. He's not the best supporting actor, bud. Okay. He's the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And
hold on. Can I just say that even if Hangman loses on Wednesday, he was still a better champion than Kenny Omega.
So I have Hangman winning this, just out of the sheer fact that I don't think that AEW is in a position or is willing to flip-flop their brand new title just like that right now.
But are they willing to put losses on both of their new shiny nickels that they have from WWE, Bryan Danielson and CM Punk? Because losses are coming.
Yes.
I'm going to go Hangman loses.
So I am in the minority here.
You live on an island by yourself.
Wow, that's not how I thought that was going to go.
Wow.
I want you to write this down, though, so that I cannot change my mind. CM Punk is going to lose.
Well,
No
we
matter
already
what
talked
Tom
about that
says.
last week. We talked
Oh,
about
I
CM
know,
Punk
but I'm
losing last
saying
week.
for the yep. All right. Well, you don't write it down last week. Did you write it down last week?
I didn't
I
have
see
to
you
write it
writing
down last
now.
week.
It's
We
on
all-
video. It's
It's
on
on
video.
writing.
We all agreed
Oh.
about that.
It's on video. You just watch.
You guys
There.
record this?
Oh, Derek just thought we were talking to him. We called him every week just to say, Derek,
Just
what
to
do we
say,
think
hey,
about-"
let's talk about wrestling.
Hey, buddy. We just called Derek.
You
Oh,
guys.
shit.
Uh,
So, yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it, right? And I know that when NXT and AEW were both on Wednesday nights, NXT would always put a branded show up against AEW in their branded shows, but I really feel like AEW always puts together a good show when it's one of these namesake shows that are like their little mini pay-per-views, right?
there's got to be more.
Agreed.
Like, there's got to be more like rap matches, right? Like, this isn't a lot
I
of
mean,
matches.
maybe, I don't know. Maybe they think that, maybe they're going to give Sheeta and Deeb like 30 minutes, and maybe MJF and Dante Martin are going to get a little spell. Hangman and Daniel Bryan are probably going to get 35 minutes.
Well, I mean, it's only going to be a 2-hour show, and you're going to have an MJF promo and CM Punk promo in there. Even though, CM Punk has to come out and talk. That's all he does. He's paid to come out and talk every freaking week.
Okay.
But I do. I think it's going to be a good show. They always deliver when they do these branded shows on Wednesday nights. So, let's sit down. Let's buckle up. Let's get ready for Wednesday night, huh?
I was ready.
Guys, we have come to that point in time in the evening. The most world-renowned pro wrestling segment on all of the internet.
Oh, no.
And that's One Fall WrestleCast.
Oh, no.
Match of the week.
I gave you that music.
Yeah, you did.
Oh my god!
I gave you that.
You did give me that music. Thank you.
That's phenomenal. I love that.
I figured you
Did
would.
Tom play that?
No, I played
no. That's
Oh, just like, was that legit, Tom?
no,
playing all the instruments?
That's the free that's the free stuff that YouTube gives you, and it's fun. It's so fun, boys. It's the funnest ever. Yeah, so I guess I get to go first. Yeah, boys.
Yeah.
I get to go first. All right, so man, it's hard. The match of the week was Lucha Bros versus FTR. It's really not close at all. I mean, as much as I enjoyed Hook's debut, and shout out to Hook for that debut, like that was great. It was great. What a good debut. It was Lucha Bros versus FTR, and it's not close. Like it's just not. I mean, that's the best Lucha Bros match I've ever seen. It was a pretty good FTR match. It wasn't their best match ever, but I mean, they're FTR for God's sake. I've watched it twice now, and both times I'm like, was it really the best, or was it just late and was I tired? And then I watched it again at like 10:30 a.m. on like Sunday, and I'm like, no, this was amazing. And that was the one. It's not close. There's no competitors. That's it. Anyway, moving on.
Derek.
No, Tom, you're 100% correct, and I can't even believe that you actually picked that, because going into this, I would have never thought that. But yes, that was absolutely the undisputed match.
I mean, it's too hard to argue that there were like I watched other matches and I'm like, yeah, but honestly, it wasn't this one. It wasn't. And
going into it, like the Clash
Adam Cole
of
wrestled
styles
this week. Adam Cole wrestled Wheeler Yuta. It wasn't even close.
No, this is much better. And their styles would make it seem like they shouldn't be so good together, but they are. Like, I would never, if you put this on paper in front of me, I would never be like, yeah, that's going to be a banger of a match. You would think, no flips, just fists versus Lucha Brothers,
literally flips, literally all flips.
Holy shit. They can take their move set like no other tag team. It's perfect. I love it. And when Rey Phoenix actually successfully ran from one end of the ropes to the other, completely
Oh my
perfect this
God.
time, did not botch it in any way, and I was like, yes, this is great.
I watched that. My jaw just went.
Yep, that happened.
That was it. I had nothing. I guys, I got nothing. That was it. It was the one. It was. I watched it and I went. Blah, 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 blah. Was it? I mean, that's probably top 10 match of the year, easily.
Oh, it was absolutely fantastic match. And like, so here's the thing. Like, I knew that you two fucking marks were gonna come in here and pick that as your match of the week. So I had to make sure that I had to make sure that I had something a little contrasting to that.
Okay, good, because it was too good.
I did have an honorable mention and this week, and it was Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, because
that was fun.
Anytime you put those two guys in the ring together, man, they just beat the ever loving shit out of each other. They just beat the fuck out of one another, and it's so much fun to watch, dude. How awesome is a Claymore kick as a finisher? Like,
it's so good because it's like when the RKO was out of nowhere. It's a little less out of nowhere now because it's so like bam, and you're every time, like I've seen it 1,000 times at this point, and every time I see it, I'm still like, he got him.
It's awesome.
Right? It's still there every time.
Best Claymore kick of all time, Ricochet on the moonsault.
Yeah. Randy did get him on a RKO on a moonsault though too.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, and he got Evan Bourne, Matt Sydal.
Yes, shooting star press.
Yeah, shooting star. So I mean, those are probably the best two. But yeah, those are like. But Randy ran under him as it was going. That was a cool one too. Man, Randy's really good. But yeah, that was where it's the same level. Adam Cole does that shit all the time though too, where it's like somebody's coming off the top rope. Oh, and they get super kicked, and then they get the last shot, or whatever he calls it now.
Remember?
It doesn't matter. It's still
I really can't believe that, Tom, you didn't just shit all over Adam Cole getting involved in the Young Bucks match and getting the whole kiss segment in there and everything.
Well, give him a minute, because my match of the week was Young Bucks versus Rocky Romero and the Kentucky Gentleman Chuck Taylor. Simply just because the greatest tag team in the history of professional wrestling made their return.
Number one.
The Best Friends?
No, the Young Bucks. Yeah.
So not the Best Friends?
No, definitely the Young Bucks, man. Listen, they look good. The couple weeks off did them some goodness there, and I really enjoyed the best friend spot.
1 week.
I really enjoyed the best friend spot when they slid out from under the ring and gave Adam Cole the kiss, and they zoomed out and zoomed back in on it like they do with the best friends with the hug. Yeah. I was into it, man. Welcome back, Young Bucks.
It was good. Yes, congrats. I hope you guys enjoyed your week off. It was very nice to not wrestle for 1 week at a time. I mean, I'm still not into it, but I'm trusting the process, right? I'm here to trust the process. I think that I mean, God, it's just so. How does that not feel like the fakest, like pull you out of reality thing? It's like the people's elbow times like 4, and it's like I like the people's elbow, but at the same time, it's like it's like an extra, like nobody gets hurt at the end of it. It's like back. Wait, I'm just gonna kiss my friend on the cheek, and that's fine. Look, you kiss your friend. Look. I'm an advocate for kissing your friend. Kiss your friend on the cheek. Look, tell him you love him, like verbally, and then kiss him on the cheek. I'm here for that. I'm absolutely here for that. However, in a pro wrestling match, I don't know that it fits without like your opponent's recovering and then beating the shit out of you because like you took a minute to like go over the top and have like a little like dancey gimmick thing, and then like. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's sort of like too cool, right? It's a little bit Scotty too hotty.
Let him have fun, man.
Yeah, it's fun. Look, it's fun, but like,
and they're getting in there and they're doing the damn thing.
They are doing the damn thing.
What you would call Young Bucks spots. I'm into it, pal. Okay.
I mean,
Let
that's
the
one
Bucks
of,
be the Bucks, man.
sure, it's one of their spots. Great,
'Cause
whatever.
they're entertaining me in the process.
Hey, look, they do.
I've heard they're the
Scotty-
number one tag team rated by Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Walt,
They
can you
are.
confirm?
They are.
Wait,
I
was
can confirm.
Wow.
I actually can confirm.
Was Too Hot ever the
Interesting.
best tag team in pro wrestling?
No.
Or were Too Hot with Rikishi ever the
They
best?
had the best worm. It was a really good worm.
It was Scotty Too Hot. He was really good. I really like Scotty
It's
Too
high
Hot.
quality.
He just quit WWE. Walt, take us home, buddy boy.
Hey guys, thanks as always for hanging out and talking some wrestling. Really looking forward to what Wednesday has to offer with Winter is Coming. Should definitely be some good stuff. Obviously Monday Night Raw is on right now. We'll
I don't
probably
even
have
have it
to
on.
hit the rewind button this week. And yeah, man. So
I hope Raw doesn't suck. Truthfully,
but here's the big thing that I want everybody to kind of grasp with us. So we're kind of going into our little holiday break with WWE and AEW because generally this time of year is not great wrestling TV, at least historically. So we are going to in the next few weeks being doing some nostalgia shows, so to speak, right? We have a couple of topics lined up that we're going to do long form. And we're going to start next week right here on One Fall WrestleCast Live. We are going to create a Mount Rushmore for the show. All three of us have submitted our top 4, and we're going to figure out who's going to be on the Mount Rushmore for One Fall WrestleCast next week. So please, if you're so inclined and you're watching us on the replay, man, check us out live Monday 8:30. Interact with us. Give us your whys. Why you agree, why you disagree. We would love to have you. And then we got a couple other cool topics coming down the line here towards the end of the year, but we'll talk about that next week after we finish up with the One Fall WrestleCast Mount Rushmore. Tom, are you excited for that?
yeah,
Yeah.
Because I know mine's right, and Yins are going to agree with me. So yeah,
We'll see about that. Derek, what about you, bud? You excited?
I got a lot of research to do, and I can't wait to do a little deep diving on some of our favorite wrestlers. To be honest with you,
Well,
it's going to be nice.
Well, all I got to say
Nice.
is when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, the Macho Man's going to be up there because he's the cream of the crop. Ooh, yeah.
So
That was really good.
Yeah,
That's
we're gonna look
impressive.
forward to that.
Love it.
Listen, and it seems like right now the whole Mount Rushmore of wrestling topic is really, really hot, right? So let's just get in there and let's throw our name out there. Let's talk about it. Obviously, if you're watching us on YouTube, you know that we exist. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We really enjoy doing this. We really enjoy your interaction with us too whenever you guys are tuning in with us. So if you're checking us out on the replay, please leave a comment, man. Let us know you were here. We'd appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up. That's important too. Audio folks, man, guys are still just doing the damn thing. We appreciate you so much. Having a lot of fun, man. Getting ready
Number
for
one in the
Christmas.
world.
Number one in the world. That's not true, but
fine.
we have a 1 somewhere in our number in the world for pro wrestling podcasts. Yeah. So with all that being said, thanks for hanging out. It's all love. We'll catch you next week. One Fall WrestleCast.